The city that gave the world Prince and Bob Dylan is one of the Midwest's cultural and economic powerhouses and shares Twin Cities metropolitan area with its near neighbor, St. Paul. Few big cities in the world are blessed with as much public parkland as Minneapolis. Water is everywhere, at 13 lakes, the roaring Mississippi River, wetland, and waterfalls. What's fantastic is that you can immerse yourself in this environment, hopping from lake to lake in the chain of lakes, without ever having to emerge from the greenery of loch shores and creek banks. In this video, you'll see the top 10 things to see and do in Minneapolis. The suggestions are based on our several exciting trips to the City of Angels. Here are our top 10 picks. Begin with number 1, Minnehaha Park. Although it lies only 15 minutes drive southeast of the center, the lovely Minnehaha Park feels a world away from the hustle and bustle of downtown Minneapolis. Sprawling along the banks of the Mississippi River, it boasts lots of stunning landscapes and nature and offers a myriad of awesome outdoor activities and recreation opportunities. Thanks to its natural splendor, the park is a very popular place to visit and photograph, with the massive and majestic Minnehaha Falls being its undoubted highlight. Aside from all its lush fauna and flora, it also has various historic sites relating to Native Americans, pioneers, and transportation for you to check out, while scenic trails weave their way here and there. Number 2 is the Minneapolis Institute of Art. While the city's many museums are certainly home to a wealth of artistic treasures, the Minneapolis Institute of Art tops them all when it comes to its extensive and impressive collection. Set just 5 minutes drive south of the center, its astounding artworks and artifacts span more than 5,000 years of world history, with phenomenal paintings, carvings, and sculptures on display wherever you look. One of the oldest and largest art museums in the country, it was established in 1883 with its sizable collection now encompassing over 90,000 works of art. While some sections focus on either Africa or Asia, others look at ceramics and textiles, with contemporary pieces and video installations also being featured. Number 3, Minneapolis Sculpture Garden. Long one of Minneapolis's top tourist attractions, the superb Minneapolis Sculpture Garden can be found right next to the Walker Arts Center and Loring Park. Scattered about its gorgeous grounds and green spaces are around 60 unique and unusual artworks for you to enjoy, with immaculately manicured lawns and flower beds also on show. Since opening in 1988, it has been a firm favorite with both locals and tourists alike, with one of its main highlights being the Spoon Bridge and Cherry Sculptural Fountain at its heart. While wandering about the sprawling gardens, you'll come across countless other striking sculptures with their various shapes, sizes, and silhouettes, making for some fantastic photos against the backdrop of the lush trees and ponds around them. Number 4, Mall of America. The largest shopping center in not just the States, but the entire Western Hemisphere, it boasts umpteen stores, eateries, and entertainment options that cater to your every want and need. Located in Bloomington, a southern suburb of Minneapolis, the mega mall now covers a huge area and contains a scarcely believable 520 shops. As well as scores of brilliant restaurants and cafes, its cavernous confines are also home to movie theaters. Number 5 in our list, Lake Harriet. To walk or ride along the wooded banks of this lake just north of Minnehaha Creek, you could easily forget that you're in the middle of a city. Lake Harriet is 335 acres, and like all of the chain of lakes is wrapped in leafy parkland. While in summer Will Fun Rentals provides the wherewithal for cycling, paddleboarding, canoeing, rowing, and kayaking. Lake Harriet is also the place to come for sailing in Minneapolis, and lessons are offered for both grown-ups and youngsters. On the North Shore sits the Lake Harriet Bandshell, built in 1986 to replace a bandstand from the 1920s, and putting on a program of free concerts and movie screenings in the summer. Number 6, Como Park Zoo and Conservatory. The 300-acre Como Park, first landscaped in the 1870s, has a lake, public art, picnic shelters, sports amenities, and lots of family attractions like a little amusement park and mini golf course. But what makes the park indispensable is its excellent zoo and the marvelous Conservatory, 1915, all the better considering they have free admission, with a suggested nominal donation. The captivating tropical encounters mixes rainforest plant species like strangler fig and mahogany with reptiles and birds like emerald tree boas, green anacondas, and yellow-rumped caciques. Number 7. Minnesota State Capitol. St. Paul is the capital of Minnesota, and on a sprawling landscape near the top of a hill stands the intricate Beaux-Arts building housing the Minnesota Senate, Minnesota House of Representatives, and the offices of the Attorney General and Governor. Looking back from the steps of this monument, there's clear view over downtown St. Paul to the southeast. Completed in 1905, Minnesota State Capitol was designed by Cass Gilbert, the man behind New York's Woolworth Building, and takes design cues from the Vatican's St. Peter's Basilica. The dome is the second largest self-supported marble dome in the world. Number 8. Stone Arch Bridge. The railroad entrepreneur James J. Hill built this bridge across the Mississippi for his Great Northern Railway in the early 1880s. Stone Arch Bridge connected the railway system on the east bank to the Union Depot, which opened not far from the west bank in 1885, boosting passenger numbers for this successful project. It's the second oldest surviving crossing on the Mississippi, and the oldest arched stone bridge on the river. The last passenger service passed over in 1978, and in the 1990s it was turned into a pedestrian and cycle bridge, granting you a front-row view of St. Anthony Falls and the Minneapolis skyline. Number 9. SEA Life Center, Minnesota. The Minnesota edition of this worldwide aquarium chain is in the Mall of America, and holds more than 4,500,000 liters of tanks supporting over 10,000 animals. The marquee attraction is the 91-meter tunnel through 4 different tanks, where stingrays, 7 shark species, the freshwater species of the Amazon River, and the fish of the Minnesotan lakes swim above and beside you, followed by a kaleidoscopic display at Jellyfish Discovery, paired with compelling facts about these strange creatures. Finish with number 10, Target Field. The Minnesota Twins set up shop in the North Loop/Warehouse District with this acclaimed ballpark that opened in 2010. Target Field hosted the All-Star Game in 2014 and can seat 38,500 for baseball games, and even more for concerts. When we put this list together in June 2019, the Twins were storming the American League Central Division with a 40-20 record. Of course, fortunes can change fast in baseball, but despite the winning run and increasing attendances, Target Field ran special ballpark access promotions. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Minneapolis? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.